The ideographic and nomothetic approaches. The ideographic approach. The ideographic approach centers on understanding the individual in depth. Rather than searching for universal laws, it aims to uncover the unique qualities, experiences, and patterns that shape one person's behavior. Because of this, ideographic research often offers rich, detailed insights that cannot be captured through large-scale studies. Qualitative methods. The ideographic approach usually relies on qualitative methods, because these allow researchers to collect detailed, meaningful information. Techniques such as unstructured interviews, case studies, and personal documents help build a full picture of an individual's thoughts, behaviors, and motivations. The emphasis is on depth rather than numerical measurement. Examples of ideographic research. Sigmund Freud's case studies are classic examples. His analysis of little Hans, for instance, drew on detailed observations from Hans' father and Freud's own interpretations to understand the child's phobia. Although Freud used his findings to build broader ideas, the approach remains ideographic, because the conclusions were based on individual cases. Humanistic psychologists also adopt an ideographic view. They argue that each person's own perspective is essential for understanding their behavior, and that no two individuals can be fully captured using the same general principles. For example, in the research methods topic, the study of Jenny by Allport highlights how a person's letters were analyzed to understand her personality, illustrating the value of personal meaning over statistical summaries. The nomothetic approach. The nomothetic approach aims to study behavior at a broader level by collecting data from large groups. The goal is to identify general principles, produce predictions, and establish laws of behavior that apply to many people. This mirrors the scientific approach used in most areas of psychology. Quantitative research. Nomothetic research commonly uses quantitative methods, because these allow researchers to analyze trends, measure central tendencies, and test statistical relationships. Findings often come from laboratory experiments, large surveys, or psychometric testing. These methods allow reliable predictions and provide the basis for theories that can be widely applied. Examples of nomothetic research. The biological approach tends to be strongly nomothetic. It attempts to explain behavior by identifying universal biological mechanisms, such as neurotransmitters or brain structures. Behaviorist psychologists also follow a nomothetic path by studying large samples and establishing general principles of learning, such as classical and operant conditioning. Cognitive psychology often applies a nomothetic perspective too. For example, theories of memory, such as models of how information is processed, are based on research involving groups rather than individuals. These theories aim to describe processes that are assumed to work similarly across the population. Personality research also provides nomothetic examples. Eysenk's work on personality identified broad dimensions, such as extroversion and neuroticism, using large-scale data and statistical techniques like factor analysis. This allowed psychologists to classify personality traits across individuals and make general predictions.